I'm Victoria. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the books that I am planning to get to in June, or at least hope to get to. And I'm not gonna lie, we're being a little bit ambitious this month. The main reason that I am being super ambitious is because in the month of June, at least after the first week, I will be done teaching, and so I won't have work on my brain. I won't have any work responsibilities really. So I'm hoping to really have an awesome reading month and really just go hard and read as much as I can. Especially because in the month of May, my reading was a lot slower because I was just mentally pulled in a few different directions. So I'm excited to have the month of June to really just dedicate to reading and become engrossed in as many stories as I possibly can. The first book that is my main priority in the month of June is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. If you haven't heard, I'm one of the co-hosts for a read-along that we're doing all the way through November until Rhythm of War comes out. I will link the rest of the hosts and all the information down below, including the Facebook group that is run by Christy Lewis, Dostoevsky in Space, and she is really the organizer of this read-along, and so we're really just very thankful for all the work she's put into this, and we will be chatting on that Facebook group as well if you would like to jump on over there. We will have our first live stream, I believe next week, next Thursday on June 4th. But we are going to be taking these books very slowly. We are only reading half of this book in the month of June. We will also be finishing it in the month of July. So if you would like to jump in and kind of read these at a slower, more leisurely pace, I highly recommend you check out the links below. We would love to have you. I am totally new to Stormlight. I might be the only host who hasn't started this book yet and at least read them. I think Christy and Michael are both rereading them, and I think Ryan is in the process of reading them, but I am just really hyped up for this. I have spent the whole month of May hyping myself up and so I'm ready. I know they're a really big commitment, but at the pace we're taking it, I hope you'd consider joining us if you either want to reread them or if you would like to read them for the first time and have a supportive community around you to talk with. Now, there are a couple of other fantasy books that I'm planning on getting to, and throughout the year I've been reading The Lord of the Rings with Naomi from Naomi's Bookshelf, and so in the month of June we are planning on continuing with our last installment. We are reading The Return of the King in the month of June, and I'm very excited to finish this up. It's been really fun to reread this for me. I think Naomi was reading it for the first time. I've been meaning to reread them, and to do it with Naomi has been a lot of fun. So we will be finishing up this in June. The third and final fantasy book that I'm trying to read in June is Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. I started this series a couple months ago reading Shadow and Bone, and I really enjoyed Shadow and Bone. I really liked the setting, the faux Russian setting. I thought that the world building was really interesting and the villain was a lot of fun, and so I'm excited to see where this goes. I've heard maybe more mixed things about this middle book. I've heard it's maybe not as good as the first one, so we'll see. I'm hoping that I will continue to enjoy this YA fantasy trilogy. My end goal is to get to Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom because I know those are very highly praised, but I really wanted to read the first Grisha trilogy first before I got to those. So that's my plan. Hopefully I can get to this month. If you've been following my channel for a little bit, you know that I have very slowly been reading through Fruits Basket. Very slowly. I really should have finished this by now, I feel like, because they're very short and they only take me like 2 hours, an hour to read. So I don't know why I haven't finished the series yet, but I would like to maybe even finish it up in June. We'll see. But I know I have volume 11 of this collector's edition and then volume 12, and then I'll be done. So I'm so close. I want to see it through. I'd like some volumes more than others, but I've come this far and I want to finish it. So yeah, Fruits Basket. If you're a fan of the series, let me know. I'd be curious because I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this. If you really like this series, let me know. Also, if you have a suggestion for a manga series I should read next, and just disclaimer, I'm not very well versed in manga. This was the first manga that I will have actually like read every single volume. So I would like some more suggestions for where I can go after this is over. And it doesn't even have to be like a shoujo manga, it can be anything. So let me know, what are some of your favorite mangas? Where should I go after I finish Fruits Basket? This next book is a carryover from the month of May. I did not get to this like I had hoped to, and that's The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom. All I really know about Corrie ten Boom is that she lived during World War II, and she and her family were very influential in hiding Jews from Nazis. They had sort of an underground system, so I'm very interested to read this. It's still very high on my TBR, even though I did not get to it when I planned to, but I really hope to get to it in June. My mom gave me this book and she loved it, and so I've just heard nothing but good things about it from you guys too. Some of my commenters on my last TBR were really excited that I was going to read this, so I do plan on getting to it in June. Fingers crossed that happens. I'm already getting overwhelmed by how many books I have here. Next up, I have been reading the Anne of Green Gables series with the read-along with Tia from Tia and All the Books and Amanda from The Curly Reader. We are so close to the end. We are on book 6, there are 8 books in the series. So we are on book 6, Anne of Ingleside. And as Anne gets older, I have really been enjoying these really just as much as the earlier books. They're taking on a different tone as she gets older and starts to have a family and whatnot, but I'm really enjoying the direction it's taking, and it's still really beautifully written, and I'm hoping just to enjoy the series all the way to the end, and so I'm sure I will, really. But Anne of Ingleside is next up. So I've had my eye on Kate Howe's channel and her read-along for a while. She's been doing a Victorian read-along, and I've seen a lot of people that I follow participating, and I really want to participate too. I just hadn't jumped in yet. So I'm planning on jumping in. I thought it would be a good time to jump in because the June-July pick is Elizabeth Gaskell's short stories, and I don't think we're reading all the short stories, but a select few. So I'm excited to pick up some Elizabeth Gaskell again. I have read North and South a long time ago, and I remember really enjoying it, although I don't remember it super well. I read it back in college, but I do remember that it was my favorite book that I read in that college class. It was like a British literature class, and I remember that was my favorite one. So I'm really excited to read some more Elizabeth Gaskell. I think I saw somewhere someone said that these were kind of sad, that her short stories are a little bit depressing, but that's okay. We'll see how it goes, and hopefully I enjoy them. I will link Kate Howe's channel down below and her announcement for that too, if you're interested in participating. Next up, I also want to participate in the I Capture the Castle read-along. Funny enough, this is actually a book that I gifted to my mom without having read it before, and in hindsight, that was probably a bad idea because I don't know if this is a book that she would like to read, but it looked like something she might like, so I don't know. I got it for my mom like years ago. I'm not sure she ever read it. I'll have to ask her. I'm pretty sure she hasn't read it though. But ever since then, I've been like, I should probably read that book someday. So that way I know what I gave to my mom. But I think I've heard really good things about this, and I'm excited to read it with a group. There is a group of ladies, all wonderful ladies who I love and follow, and I'm very excited to read along with them. They have an Instagram group where you can discuss with them, so you can ask one of the ladies to join if you would like to participate. But we are reading it with Rainy Day Reads, Angie from Literary Labors, Emily from Novel Novels, and Tia from Tia on All the Books. So all booktubers who I am already friends with and love their channels. So I was just feeling really compelled to participate, especially because it's a book that I've had my eye on for a long time. I think I might do a vlog. The read-along is happening between June 14th and June 20th, and I will link the information down below, as always. I'll have all these read-alongs down below. I feel like there's a lot of read-alongs in my TBR this month. Speaking of read-alongs, I have one more. From the end of June and into the first week of July, I'm also planning on participating in the Summer of Contemporary Readathon, and this is hosted by Angie again from Literary Labors, Angie is a busy booktuber. Bookish Raider, Laura Pora, and Emma Abe Books. I actually didn't know their channels before I saw Angie post about this, so I'm glad to have some new people to follow. I like a good contemporary summer read, and so I have a few on my shelves that I've been meaning to get to, so I figured this was the perfect time. Let's do it for a readathon. First of all, the group book is going to be The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I've never read any Nicola Yoon. I believe this is YA contemporary, which is also a genre I haven't read a lot of. So I think I've seen good things. I think there's a movie of this too, possibly. Yes. Oh yeah, it says right on the book cover, now a major motion picture. So yes, this will be the group read for the readathon. Next up, I am going to be picking Catherine Center's How to Walk Away. I've seen lots of good things about Catherine Center. A lot of you guys have talked about her. This is a book that, did I get this from Book Outlet? Possibly? No, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I got it from a used bookstore. But I know I picked it up just because I heard good things about the author. And I want to say, I think I've read maybe one other Catherine Center book, like maybe one of her older ones. This book, I think, fulfills 2 prompts for the readathon. I believe it has some disability representation. Am I wrong about that? I don't think I'm wrong about that, but I think so. So it has some representation in it, and it also has a red cover. So that is 2 of the prompts for the readathon. So How to Walk Away. Very excited about this. I've seen lots of good praise for this book. And then the other prompt I'm going to try and hit is the hard-hitting contemporary, and I think that will be this one. Looking for Alaska, I think, is hard-hitting. It's a YA as well, and I know there's a movie for this as well. So it'll probably be fun to read it and then watch the movies for a couple of these. But Looking for Alaska is an older YA. When was it written? Let's find out. 2005. And I know I've seen this back when I was a teenager. I remember seeing this around. Yeah, because I would have been 15 in 2005. Wow. Oh, I guess you all know how old I am now, if you just do the math. Anyways, it has an award. Look at that. And it's John Green. John Green, very popular. I've never read John Green, so very interested to see what I think about him. Those are all the books that I have my eye on for the month of June. Honestly, if I get to like 8 to 10 of these books, I'll be happy. If I read all 11, I will be surprised. Genuinely surprised. Again, all the information is down below for every single readathon I talked about. The problem with BookTube is that I end up wanting to participate in everything. And so this is definitely a month where I'm attempting to participate in all the things. And so we'll see how it goes. Even if I just read like one book for the contemporary-a-thon, I know I'm still participating. So yes, I'm excited to be part of it, and it's gonna be an awesome reading month. Let me know down below if you're planning on participating in any of these things, and let me know what you're planning on reading in June, or if you've read any of these, any that you're super excited about. And if you're new here and you're interested in following along with my reading journey, go ahead and click subscribe. Have a wonderful day, keep reading great books, and until next time, bye-bye.